welcome back to the Let's Play. Thank you guys. Thank you for any returning viewers for joining me again, and for anyone who happens to find this as their first video. Hey, I'm sorry. The first episode probably would have been a better jump-off point to be introduced to the low quality here. So you get what you get. Now, there is one thing I want to say before I start this episode. I did have a video that performed several orders of magnitude outside my normal metrics. Previous to that video, my best video raked in about 1,100, 1,200 views. This video, the Devil May Cry Team America World Police video that I did, is sitting somewhere around 120, 130,000 views. Definitely not something I expected. I've received a few comments requesting, hey, if you get any more ideas like this, upload them. And I do upload stuff when I get an idea for a meme. It just doesn't happen very often. It's one of those things where my brain's just got to be in the right mood for it to spark. I will try to release more content like that. I may or may not be bouncing ideas off my Discord friends in order to see what people think is funny. And well, we'll see how it goes. For now, I am going to continue this Let's Play series, get this one done, and then I can go into Oblivion Remastered. And with Oblivion Remastered, I think that may give me a little bit more material to work with as well for making memes. Because, let's face it, Bethesda games are so broken that you can't play them and not meme on them. It's just part of the gameplay experience. And Remastered still has about 80 to 90% of that Oblivion jank. It's essentially the Gamebryo engine doing all the lifting, and then Unreal is skinned over it to make everything look better. But we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, let's go ahead and progress through this game and see if we can get to the point of wiping out the goblins. The goblin menace must be dealt with. We need a solution to the goblin menace. One might call it something of a final solution to the goblin menace, but we'll see. I'm not partial to final solutions myself. I see the goblins as a short-term problem, one easily solved with fire. And short-term problems and permanent solutions do not go together. So, alright, so we just got done with Fire and Vice. We don't have any main story missions at the moment. That is freaking weird. I do not want to try and track down Roland Oaks. That map fragment is just annoying. Yeah, and it just gives me appearances. I mean, come on. I could take a Conjuration Spellcraft. That's not a terrible reward. And besides, I'm much like the bartender now that she's no longer a treen. Alright. Okay, I really wish they had a way to swap your map mode from here, but let's see, where is the 3 broomsticks? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll just go.
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Okay, so we're gonna get polymorph. What task do we have to do? Okay, I thought I completed the stuff in the underground harbor. That's a bit weird. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and do this then. I know I'm not doing a lot of side missions at the moment. The side missions, I'm pretty sure, can be done after the end of the main story, because you can't actually hit max level until you complete the main story, so it doesn't make sense that they would prevent me from going and doing side missions. Though I'll probably do most of the side missions in the lead up to the end of the game. Just to crank out side missions, get stuff checked off in my challenges, and get XP. I'd like to face the final boss at around 36 to 39 per level. But we'll
So this is the underground harbour. The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social. Revelio.
400 years. I've been hearing this, and I've truly had enough. I simply cannot be with you any longer.
Alright, let's go to the library. Okay. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I had to do a mission, an unlock thing here. I think this was the bridge.
Confringo!
No, this way. Thank you. Oh. Alright, you go to 4. Alright. Deathly Hollows to 3. Triangle to 1. Okay, this will be a legendary gear. More gloves. That's my 3rd pair of legendary gloves in a row. You know, sometimes I think the game's just fucking with me. Then again, at least we don't have to worry about getting legendary gear in the end game, because I can just vacuum up some animals, sell them to the lady running the pet shop, and that should let me get my hands on legendary gear from the one facility.
Revelio. Confringo.
Yeah, at some point I need to go around and find the pages I'm missing. Okay, that's not gonna get me there. Already at my destination, my ass. Oh. Okay. Well, there's no prefix guarding the place. The ghosts don't seem to care, so let's go get our book.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
3 broomsticks. It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from...
Revelio! Accio! Revelio!
Okay. How the hell am I supposed to find the book?
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh,
You're
they don't
literally
value
having to
knowledge the way
blackmail
I
me
do.
into trying to take your
Surely
quiz.
you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The Golden Snidget.
Correct! The Snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Felix Felicis.
Well done! Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the 3 brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct! According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Quaffle.
The Quaffle.
That's right! When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
No, it does not work.
False.
Well, you can try it.
Correct. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
What the heck? These have all been stuff from like the first 2 books, minus the Deathly Hallows.
I'd like to answer more questions.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
The International Confederation of Wizards.
No, that's incorrect. The answer was the Wizards' Council. The Wizards' Council disbanded in 1707 after the creation of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy, which required a more structured government to support its enforcement. Which dragon breed is the smallest?
The Peruvian Vipertooth.
Brilliant! Though the Vipertooth is the smallest breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the fastest breed and feared for its venomous fangs. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
Quincy Hogg.
No, the answer was Hengist of Woodcroft. It is believed that Hengist used the 3
Yeah, I haven't read the
broomsticks
books in a
as
while.
his home.
I'm going to say that
The
in my own
hide
defense here.
behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
A Demiguise.
Yes! While the hide behind has the power of invisibility, those who have seen it have described it as a tall, thin monkey with silver hair. What is the only spell known to repel a lethifold?
The Patronus charm.
Well done. The only known survivor of a lethifold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in Papua New Guinea at the time. Who published the law of elemental transfiguration?
Gamp.
That's it! One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that food cannot be conjured, though it can be summoned. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
Knowledge is the real magic.
No, the answer was, never tickle a sleeping dragon. In Latin, the Hogwarts motto is, Draco dormiens nunquam titilandus. Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through its mouth?
The Ashwinder.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was the rune's paw. According to parcel mouths, each of the rune's paw's 3 heads serves a different function. The left head is the planner, the middle is the dreamer, and the right is the critic. Where is Ilvermorny's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
The Amazon rainforest.
No, Ilvermorny is actually located on Mount Greylock. The
there's
American
a
school
school down
was
in the
founded in the
Amazon,
17th century
memory serves.
by Isolde Sayre and James Stewart. What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
Amatentia.
That's the answer. Amatentia smells differently to every person, according to what they find attractive, such as dusty book covers or... Are you interested in continuing on to the next round? They're my most difficult questions.
I probably won't be able to answer most
Give me
of them,
your
but let's
worst.
see what they are.
Wonderful! I do admire your thirst for knowledge. Emmerich the Evil was killed in a duel against whom?
Egbert the Egregious.
That's right! Emmerich gained notoriety for terrorizing villages in the south of England during the Middle Ages, when he was the master of the Elder Wand. If a chaser keeps their hand on the quaffle as it goes through the goal, what foul are they committing?
Blatching.
The answer was actually haversacking. Blatching is flying to intentionally collide with a player. Stooging is when 2 chasers knock the other team's keeper away from the goals so that a 3rd chaser can score. A bite from a mackled malaclaw has the unusual side effect of causing what?
Webbed feet.
No, the answer was bad luck. Native to the European coastline, the effects of a malaclaw's bite can last up to a week. What
Funny thing is,
plant
I'm pretty
excretes
sure the
stink
Mackled
sap?
Malaclaw was not in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book that they released. I was a bit of a Harry Potter nerd in my youth. I actually owned like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Quidditch: A History, I think was the name of the other one. They were like the little supplementary softback books that they released.
Mimbolus Mimbletonia.
Correct. The Mimbolus Mimbletonia plant secretes stink sap as a defensive mechanism when touched. The Pepper Up potion evolved from a remedy created by which 12th century wizard?
Linford of Stinchcombe.
Very good. Centuries later, Glover Hipworth would expand on Linford's previous work to create the Pepper Up potion we know today. In The Wizard and the Hopping Pot, what does the elder wizard leave for his son in the hopping pot?
His wand.
Incorrect. The answer was a single slipper. The story
Yeah, it
was
was a
created by
50-50.
Beadle the Bard, but there are a few versions. I won't spoil what the slipper was for if you haven't read it recently. The Snallygaster is native to which region of the world?
The Scottish Highlands.
No, the answer was North America. The part bird, part reptile is a distant relative of the Occamy and has serrated fangs and a bulletproof hide. Who is the Muggle Knight featured in
Of
the
course,
Fountain
Americans
of Fair
would have figured
Fortune?
out what animals were bulletproof and which ones weren't.
Sir Luckless.
Correct! The three witches in the story are named Asher, Altheda, and Amata. Oh, I adore a story that ends with a twist. The world's largest kelpie is also known by what other name?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Correct. The Office of Misinformation has worked diligently to discredit any Muggle evidence of the kelpie's existence. Who was the first Minister for Magic?
Ethelred the Ever-Ready.
No, the first minister was Ulick Gamp. Gamp's greatest legacy was the founding of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. It outlawed the unforgivable curses. You've answered all of my questions. It's nice to know there's another student who appreciates the value of knowledge. You should be pleased with your performance. Not many students would have done so well. Thank you for
You
humoring
kidding
me
me?
by
I had a
participating.
40%
I had a
pass rate
splendid
on your
time.
advanced questions.
I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Okay. Dragon debrief. We'll talk to her later. It's not like it's a high enough fall to kill me. Come on. Sorry if I seem a bit of a rush with this. I'm kind of looking forward to breakfast, so... Und geht's es done und geht on to the next thing. There we go. Oh, what?
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow some. If you open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Lady, you need some sun, and I say that as nicely as possible. Jesus. Oh, that's Professor Weasley. Ooh.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, my spine hurts some days.
Goodness.
Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
Learn all spells. Motherfucker, I haven't learned all spells yet. I still haven't learned Imperio and Avada Kedavra. Okay, so Transfiguration. Which one do I want you on? We'll throw you on here.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to an ex-aura in Upper Hogsfield connected in any way to Professor Fig? I can't begin to imagine what that was about.
Not at all. I was, merely interested in learning more about the Aura program. I saw Professor Sharp's Aura badge and was intrigued.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Okay, we've got 2 new quests. I'm definitely doing the Shadow of the Mine. I don't want to proceed with that stuff yet, especially... Oh god, I have to talk with Amit. No. Whose Cheerios did I piss in, really? Amit is like the most fucking annoying character in this game. I would rather hang out with that crazy frickin' Ravenclaw who likes playing gobstones. And she's so annoying that her
how
entire
inconvenient travel was before I
frickin'
invented
dorm
blue
hid all their
powder.
gobstones. Alright. Let's check with the vendor over here real quick, see if I have any garbage gear to sell.
Come now, don't be stingy. Oh, my sincerest gratitude, you brave soul. Marvelous. I could always use more of these.
Yeah, it won't be hard to afford some legendary
you for
gear
passing
from
through.
Glad Rags when I'm at
I know there was something I
level
was meant to
39.
pick up in town, but
Anne is
I'm
getting
getting the
worse.
hang of the fucked
If
up
there is
controls.
any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me out.
Oh. Okay, so the main story mission is probably not going to be the one that teaches... Yeah, there we go, Imperio. Okay, sorry, Shadow of the Mind has to wait? I want my
Near the
dark magic. Okay, I thought I selected the mission. What are you doing? But why are you still tracking the main story mission? Okay, you're giving me the location. You're just being schwans about it. All right, we'll go and get Imperio, and then once we have Avada Kedavra, we should have pretty much everything we
Looks
need
rather
for
dark
a
in there.
belt.
Never stopped me before.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Assignment yielded more than I'd imagined. Learning about our ancestors was illuminating. Stumbled upon something else I couldn't ignore. Beyond an area behind the Great Room, which had suffered decay, it turned over sarcophagi. I found an oddly shaped relic. Okay.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
Well, I've got all my fire spells, so...
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Bitch, you want to talk to me about losing nerve?
Incendio! Wingardium Leviosa. Repulsor. Expelliarmus. At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Accio! Don't start.
Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Wingardium Leviosa.
This room is taller than it looks.
Confringo.
Okay. Actually, fire the fucking spell where I aim. Pardon my language, but the spell control system in this game is annoying. Oh.
Confringo! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Leviosa!
This room is taller than it looks. Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Accio!
I hate the little spiders. Game doesn't like to let you kill them.
Bingo! Confringo! Bingo!
Confringo! Defendo!
Bingo!
Stupefy! Incendio! Accio! Depulso! Accio! Descendo! Confringo! Accio! Depulso!
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
We must remain unseen.
At least wait till I figure out if I want to fucking wipe these guys out.
Flipendo! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Bombarda! Protego! Stupefy!
Confringo!
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Revelio! Confringo!
Okay, well, let's go see what we can do.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd.
Okay. So we got a couple different things here. That's going to be a Bombarda door.
Accio! Incendio. There's something here by the altar.
I was told by that those chosen by English oak wands have powerful intuition. No one was looking at actor to conjure 2 barricades to isolate the relic.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Revelio!
If this archway's been
Bombarda!
carried, I can find a way through.
Okay.
We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Pretty sure this is a side room, not part of that main thing. What the hell?
Accio! I need to find a safe way across. Incendio! Lumos. Accio. Lumo.
Youch. That hurt.
Accio. Arresto momentum. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. Accio.
Screw it. There's something I'm supposed to do there, but I think it requires whatever mechanism I used to get through the main room. Which is probably going to be using the Imperious Curse on the skeletons, but we'll see.
We're in the tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Accio!
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious about something. That's not what I wanted, but okay.
Reparo!
Nope.
Revelio!
Okay. Not over here.
Places! Accio!
Okay, that's annoying. I don't know how to activate the mechanism. Alright, well, you know what? I've hit the limit of what I can do with my own brain. It's a bit early in the morning, haven't had coffee. I'm going to pause the recording here for just a minute and look this up. Okay, I can't believe I was so rarded that I didn't figure it out. Give me one moment, we'll move the stuff that's in here.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
I got bones that go jingle, jangle, jingle. Alright, now as for this place, we'll do this one.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Rickety bone bridge complete.
There we go.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
No, it's not that bad.
There we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on.
Incendio. Flipendo. Imperial. Crucial. Depulso.
It's actually not a bad spell combo for defeating enemies. I should probably rework my spell list a little bit. In fact, that is a good idea. So, I'm going to want Depulso, Transfiguration. I like Expelliarmus where it is. And Bombarda. Good, that gives me some heavy hitter options. Now down here, we're going to want Arresto Momentum. Now use the Unforgivable Curses and Time Stops for this one. And then Descendo, Defendo, Confringo. Okay, I like that. Sorchita Levioso. Yeah, this will be my general purpose, like exploration one. Good. Damn! That's a big bitch! I can feel the water glass shaking on the courtroom table already. Oh, that's not just one big bitch. That's several big bitches.
Confringo.
Alright, alright. We do this, we do this.
Confringo. Confringo. Accio! Incendio!
Yeah, you know what? I got tons of these.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
There we go. Money. Money, money, money.
Bombarda!
More gear. More gear. More cash. Good.
Revelio.
That's perfect, but I'll take every dime I can get. That's that bone bridge, bone archway.
Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Revelio!
Okay. So the chest is through here.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Another unidentified. God damn it. Okay, so these are the replacement legendary gloves I got. I sold off the originals. Then I got these. Then I got these. I don't need more gloves. If anything, there's some other legendary equipment I would like. Let's see, what am I short on? I'd like legendary facewear and headwear, please. Oh.
Revelio.
Okay, so wait a minute. It's not... Okay, where the hell is the relic then?
Incendio.
Okay, we've been in here, we've scoured this place.
Revelio.
There's nothing here. I mean, obviously we had to fight those things for the relic. Wouldn't make any sense otherwise. So the relic has to be something adjoining this room.
Revelio.
Okay. So this room was not the room to lead to the relic. This was the room to lead to the legendary chest. There's still a whole nother area that we didn't explore.
Revelio. Incendio. Depulso.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio!
Oh, okay. I have to enter them in combination.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
That should open
That
this
worked.
door.
Keep
Which is
going.
nothing. Okay,
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio!
okay. Ha. I knew that if I'd already found all the bones, the last one had to have something in it.
Wingardium Leviosa!
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's
Revelio.
student was so entranced with this place.
That's not a good thing to say. Oh, Bantapudu. Alright, you know what?
Imperial! Stupefy! Repulso!
Senko! Confringo! Confringo!
Imperial!
Bingo! Confringo!
Crucial! For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Nah. My Chinese chopping cabbages got that shithound locked down.
Revelio!
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it. Okay, more loot. I still got 20 Wigan welds. Bit much in my opinion, but hey.
Incendio!
Accio! Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet. Sebastian! The relic! Look! Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I get a feeling we're gonna have to kill a bitch.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's
Besides,
get
if
to
nothing else, we
Feldcroft.
can just sacrifice Rookwood to power the damn thing.
I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Revelio.
Hey, more Wigan weld. Like I really need it. Oh, ominous.
Ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please. Leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperium?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could save your friendship. I know how to cast it. Sebastian taught me. But I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask this of me.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperio! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Sebastian, come on.
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
Sebastian, we have to go.
Did we do the wrong thing?
You need the relic.
I know. But not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
We've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. I hope he knows that hasn't changed. How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I could use this. I don't know how many more I need.
Confringo!
Gotta be more than one, right? Oh wow, it's an hour 10. Okay, we're running a little bit overboard. I'll come back for that another time. That's a lot of black smoke.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Easily diverted. I've been fighting since before you were born. You don't know who you are! Fight about what is it, little moon? Is that the best you can do?
We have to fight.
Got it!
Bombarder!
Enjoy suffering! I don't have time for this!
You'll not win here.
Depulso!
We've got them. They'll retreat. We'll make them retreat.
Stop provoking them! I'm hungry! Really, it is!
Expelliarmus!
Why can't I hit you? Go back! Kick off away!
There's nowhere to go. We have to fight.
You're weak, human!
Uncle, to the right.
Got it!
Hurt me!
You'll not win it.
Careful!
Crucial. Imperium.
I'm handling it.
You call that?
Arrest all momentum.
Stay back! Keep out of the way! Yeah! Levioso!
We have to fight.
Keep out of sword's reach!
Imperium!
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperius curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
Well, there were other spells that would have done the job, like Depulso.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
How can you say that?
I did, but with his consent, Sebastian. It may seem an irrelevant difference, but it is a difference.
I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.
Given where we're learning the dark
Why,
magic from, I doubt the
Sebastian?
headmaster will have a problem, but okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to go ahead and call it here for today. So, because we already got a way bit longer than I planned on. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. If you have any questions, ideas, comments, suggestions, etc. ad nauseum, please leave them in the comments below, and I will get to them as I'm able. Take care.